What's going on, everybody? Good afternoon. Hope you guys are having a good Saturday because I unfortunately am going to make it a little less good if it is good, and if it's bad, then unfortunately I'm going to have to make it a little more bad because I have some bad Seattle Seahawks news. This just came down the line from several Seahawks reporters, guys like Corbin, Condota, etc., Brady Henderson, you know the crew. And the news is not good. It is largely expected, I think. So don't get me wrong. I think that people have been bracing for it, but we did get some bad news today, and we got to talk about it a little bit here leading into tomorrow's game. And this news is not going to just affect tomorrow's game. This is going to affect several games down the line. So let's go ahead and get into it, starting with the big stuff. First, though, back in 60 seconds. All right, guys, let's take a minute so I can tell you guys about Sleeper. I'll tell you a little secret as well. It's more than just a platform for fantasy leagues. This year, millions of users have enjoyed playing fantasy sports on Sleeper, but there's so much more to it. You have live stats, real-time updates of all stats. You have a news feed with lightning-fast updates on players and teams, and a real-time chat where you can engage with other users about plays, performances, games, all kinds of stuff during the sports season. So download Sleeper, experience it for yourself, and don't forget to use my promo code SBN to get up to a $100 match on your first deposit, and pair that with their new promo that will give you a free $20 entry, no deposit needed. So you can use both of those promos. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states and going. So check out Sleeper today and use those promos. All right, welcome back. So yeah, unfortunately, safety Julian Love has been placed on injured reserve. So he is going to miss presumably at least the next 3 games, because I believe the IR stint will be it'll include the bye week. I'm not sure about that, so it's possible it ends up being 4 games. But to the best of my knowledge, Julian Love is going to miss at least the next 3 games. And I mean, those are 3 fairly important, impactful games, so it's a bummer. Obviously, we knew he was going to miss this next one, but to know that we're not going to have him until possibly December, very realistically, that's tough, because he is one of our better players on defense, and it's an unfortunate loss. Also going to injured reserve is tight end Eric Saubert, tight end 3. So we're going to have a little bit of a deficiency there. Saubert was playing a pretty decent amount for a third tight end. I do think that Brady Russell can probably do a pretty good job filling in. I think that as much as Brady Russell has shown that he's not really a fullback and in the NFL sense, I still think he's a passable tight end. I think we can get decent stuff out of him for a few games. But Saubert was bringing some good blocking stuff to the table that is not necessarily going to be easy to replace. So both those guys are going to miss at least the next 3 games, possibly 4, possibly more. We might get to the end of this IR stint and find out that those guys are not going to come back this year. Who knows? At this point, I think that the goal would be to get them back with a little bit of time left in the regular season and have them be ready for the postseason. I think that's about the best you can hope for. So as of right now, hoping for the best, but this Julian Love thing has been very frustrating, because there were indications we were going to have him back before the bye week. Then it was like, well, we're definitely going to have him back after the bye week at least, and now it's going to be probably into December before we get him back. Some other notes, fullback Robbie Ouzts has been officially activated, so he is going to be good to go tomorrow. And Jarek Reed has been signed off the practice squad to ostensibly help fill the gap that Julian Love's absence leaves. So looks like Jarek Reed is going to be getting a little bit of a bigger paycheck in the coming weeks, so good for him. Hopefully he can do some good things. That being said, though, and with the trade deadline just a few days away, this looms somewhat large. We may need to trade for a safety now. Love is going to miss some serious time, and for all we know, he misses the whole rest of the season. It might be a good idea to go out there and get a safety that can hold down the fort. I know Ty Okada's playing pretty well, but I don't know if you want to bet on Ty Okada being good to go week after week after week when you're a team that has maybe even Super Bowl aspirations. So that opens up a new venue. That opens up new considerations. People are going to talk about maybe Minkah Fitzpatrick in Miami. People are going to be talking about maybe Grant Delpit. There are going to be some guys out there that are worth talking about, but I definitely think this makes you reconsider your trade deadline strategy a little bit. You may need to bring in a capable veteran because, again, this isn't just about the next month. For all you know, Julian Love's not coming back until next year. So, unfortunate, but there's still a few days left before the deadline. Other news would be the activations of 2 players off the practice squad. I think this was pretty well expected. 2 wide receivers. None of them, by the way, Courtney Jackson. I thought Courtney Jackson was going to get elevated because of the special teams need, but no, it's going to be Cody White and Ricky White. So Cody White, we've seen him before. He actually made a couple nice plays for the Seahawks against the Rams last year. Ricky White is new, though. Ricky White was a 7th-round pick in the most recent draft. I liked him. I think he's a special teams demon. I think he provides some interesting stuff as a deep threat without necessarily having elite downfield speed. So there's some intriguing stuff with Ricky White as well. Excited to see what he might be able to do. And there's a real chance these guys actually have to play some, because not only is Derek Young and Jake Bobo out, both those guys, we know they're not playing tomorrow, but for all we know, Cooper Kupp won't be able to play either. That's a real possibility. So we'll see what happens, but both these guys have an opportunity to show what they can do. At the very least, I would say I think Cody White's going to get some reps at receiver. Like, Bobo usually got a few, and Derek Young usually would get a couple. So there's going to be something there for Cody White to potentially take. All right. That's about it. That's all the news we got. Unfortunately, most of it is negative news. We got Robbie Ouzts back. That's good. But other than that, man, there's a safety-sized hole in this defense right now. And while Ty Okada has been impressive, and I'm grateful and appreciative of what Ty Okada has done for this team, we may need to reinforce that position, and we may need to give up an asset or two in order to get that done. All right, see you guys later. Go Hawks. Let me know what you think down below, and more stuff coming soon.